Hi, I'm Stephen Feinberg, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Film and Television Office. Our guest tonight is Deb Newhall. She's an acclaimed costume designer who works on film, television, theatrical productions, as well as even operas. Now, when you're working on these productions, do you have like a favorite part of the process? Do you enjoy like the solitude of drawing on your own and coming up with stuff, or do you love the collaboration and conversation? Do you love the actual production and seeing these costumes get built, the research? Are there particular parts that you really love more than any of the other parts?
Boy, that's a tough question to answer. It's a good question. I like all of it. I like that solitude of thinking and just sort of immersing myself in my studio and the music maybe playing, or whether I'm drawing for a film or for a theatrical production. You know, I just sort of get in that zone, and I'm researching and I'm reading a lot of material that I'm gathering to sort of load my head with all the information to begin with, and then I start drawing. And that provokes or gets our conversations going when I begin to show sketches. And so, like at the show I did last year, I think I did 50 drawings for like 3 different characters.
Wow. And
just we laid them all on the floor, so we have to take a walk because they're all around, and let's just sort of find the ones that speak to you, and then we can pull together the groups and the people that work together in scenes and see how you see them next to each other. Because I said I have my favorites, but you may like other ones, and then we can go from there. And so that's how it all starts.
Will you say to a director, these are my favorites, or do you say, let's say you have 3 favorites, right? Do you say, here's 6 of them, and know that 3 are your favorites, or how does that work?
I let the director kind of pick and see what they react to.
Yeah.
And I'm right in the middle of doing that right now. The director has a lot of different ideas about a particular character, and I'm doing plenty of sketches, things that I like and things that he has made a point of thinking about or shown a photograph of something. And so I'm sort of mixing all kinds of elements together to produce probably 10 different things for him to look at, to pick one that he really likes. But he doesn't know until he sees it.
Right.
Until, give me some ideas, do some sketches.
Deb, what's the most challenging aspect? Because everyone sees the glamour, right? The glam, glam. But there's so much hard work that goes into what you're doing. What are some of the more challenging parts of the business, so people understand the effort you're putting in?
Well, it's a lot of it comes down to time. A lot of times you just don't have enough time, especially if you're doing independent films, which don't have the budget to stretch out for long prep time. You're hired because you can solve things very quickly. Like a little show I did last year on Nantucket, I had a call like on a Friday, and a week from that, the following Saturday, I was in New York and Nantucket with the whole show. I mean, literally, I had to zoom around like long hours driving all over the place, doing rentals from theaters and calling costume houses and having things sent and for all over the place, and get that all out there and packed it in my car and get it to the island. Because once you're on the island, there's no Macy's to go shop at. You have to do it all ahead of time. So it's the crunch of time.
Deb, if I'm someone who's interested in costumes, this part of the industry, anything you might want to share with someone who's interested in this profession?
As a designer?
Yeah.
Well, I still say people ought to go to school, because you learn all kinds of stuff in school that you just can't learn out on the street. You really need that background of history, construction, working as a team, working with the lighting people, working with the set and the props and the director and a script and a story, and going through that process of learning how the group works to get it done. You need to put time into that. I mean, you just can't replace that. It's same thing with an actor. We were always thrilled when we have an actor who comes to us on a show that also has a theater background that's doing film, because they tend to be just more prepared, well-rounded, and just have a lot more to draw from.
Right.
Their kit bag, they've got a lot of stuff that's in there from shows and things that they've done.
Experiences.
That brings a lot to a performance on camera.
And I want to thank you so much for coming to Double Feature, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Steve.